Hey gang, let's play Ultima 5 Lazarus, and we're in the village of Brittany. Well, actually, there are 3 villages if I remember correctly, but in this game they tend to just sort of merge into one in my mind. I can never... This is probably West Brittany.
At thy command.
Yes, at my command. So here's LB's castle, and there's the Blue Boar Tavern. Let's go for a bit of a wander though. It's quite early, so there's not going to be many people around. Although, actually no, I suppose this is supposed to be a farming community and it's what, 5:30? There should be, you know, they should all be up at dawn checking the animals and... Well, they're not, clearly. The animals are just being left to their own devices. Oh no, here comes someone. Okay, well, I can't talk to him just now because he's busy. But when he eventually settles down to wherever it is he's supposed to be at 7 o'clock, we can have a natter with him then. He's heading into the pumpkin patch. Alright, let's go have a word with him. Hello! He is looking up from his elaborate drawing, and this young man meets you with a wide smile. Alright, it's a farmer then. Unsurprisingly, because he's in a farm. What's your name, farmer? I am Philip, at thy service. Right, what do you do? I work here in my farm in West Brittany. But of course I'm also a painter. Of course those two occupations go hand in hand. They say an artist doth not create art, my lord. He doth merely reflect the beauty of the world onto his canvas. My favourite pieces are landscapes and portraits, although I practice sketching in charcoal. I'm not sure this guy's going to have the most relevant dialogue. He's going to tell us all about his painting, is he? And sketching. Go on then. My work with sketches is limited mainly to the illustrations for Dib's stories, my lord. I do enjoy bringing his work to life, and it will indeed be great to see my art printed throughout the land, should his book reach any success, and with my help it certainly shall. Okay, so if I remember correctly, Dibs was a character in the original Ultima 5 whose job was really just to promote some fantasy books that Origin Systems were beginning to publish. They actually published quite a few. There's one called the Avatar, well there's 2 actually called the Avatar Adventures, which I believe are accounts of Ultima 5, 6 and 7. I've not actually read them myself, so I'll be really interested to get a copy one of these days. Oh, he's talking about Camille and Melaine, who are apparently 2 other characters in West Brittany. Apparently Melaine is a pretty little girl. She's Camille's little girl, and she's quite fond of Dibs. That's the guy that writes the books. Dibs hath written her in to one of his stories as a major character. She also plays with my paints, and sometimes she doth want to teach me her painting. I think she has quite a talent. Okay, tell me about Dibs. Ah, he's my best friend. His name is really Christopher, but he hath been called Dibs since he was a little boy. He is a farmer as well, but he doth write tales of fantasy and wonder. Okay, tell me about the tales. I'm helping him with his first book, but I've also drawn pictures for his short stories. Sometimes I just paint a picture and he doth make a story from it. He's quite talented. Alright. Fantasy, eh? Of course. The best genre there is. It's starting to get a bit metatextual when people in a fantasy world are writing fantasy novels. What are they writing exactly? It's quite weird, this. Alright, and they're good friends. He doth call her his little wisp. He doth look after her very well. Yes, Dibs doth make everybody into a character in his story. Be thou careful when thou dost visit him, for he shall certainly turn thee into a dashing hero. Well, that's awful nice of you to say so. Tell me about the Blue Boar. Such an odd name, is it not? Still, it's a good place to dine and drink. Andre and James do a fair job of keeping it going, and the city guard doth keep a good eye over things, which is not what everybody in Britain's been saying about the city guard. James is the barkeep and town gossip, my lord. Tip him well, and he will be sure to pass on a tale or 2. A word to the wise, though, do not believe everything from James's lips, as he does have a tendency to exaggerate greatly. Okay, so he's going to tell us about his portraits. Ah, they are the Barbarian, the Valkyrie, and the Wizard. So maybe if we pop into his house afterwards, we can have a look around for his pictures. Okay, tell me about the Barbarian then, good sir. The Barbarian may seem a dull savage, but he is the perfect hero to deal with the far worse savages of the land, such as the horrid trolls of the south. Okay, and the Valkyrie is one of Melaine's favourites. The Valkyrie are a rare breed of women, strong and powerful, and quite adept at drinking. Okay. And the Wizard? Well, tell me about the Wizard then. The kind wizard doth sit with Meredith and Stefan under the ancient oak tree. I did try to make Meredith resemble Melaine, but she doth not think so, he says with a chuckle. Melaine can be so particular, my lord. And Andre can cook hearty meals, but he seems a bit odd at times. But he's a good fellow. Tell us about how he's odd. Oh, he likes to... Andre is quite eccentric about his work, and he will likely try one of his experiments on me. Tell us about the experiments. Oh, he's always creating new dishes, and many of them are creative. Do not worry, he's harmless. And then, apparently Britannia is really nice to paint. Well, okay. And farming is a difficult life. Okay, one must be careful not to rely too heavily on the fields near to Britain. Why must you be careful? Because okay, so really, there's nothing new here that we haven't learned already. So foul spectres haunt Britain, and yes, they wither crops like they did to poor Terence. I have never had the fortune to see such a thing myself, but the other farmers tell of an entire orchard near to Britain's edge that simply died. Yep, we've seen it. It's okay, the resistance fixed it. Right, I don't think he really had that much useful to say. But let's have a look in his house for his pictures. Yeah, let's just wander into his house. He's not going to notice. He's not going to care. Off you go, YOLO. You, Rob. Burgle his house. Go in. Oh, I see no pictures. Just a little person. Okay, there. I guess you can't see his pictures. I guess we'll have to find some other way to amuse ourselves right now.
And here I thought thou wert going to ask for a song.
Nobody is going
to...
Stop it! Nobody asked for a song, why are you singing? Oh, dear me.
'Twill be done. Of course, Avatar. Aye.
Wish you would stop talking, YOLO. Okay, so now we're heading into East Brittany.
Aye.
Which I guess is why we have a bridge here. So that people in West Brittany can go, get off my land! We'll explore these villages in more detail, I'm sure, in another Let's Play. There's a few things we need to do. And there is a ship right there. And I need a ship. I want a ship. Ships are so useful. They let you access all the islands in the game.
If thou art sure.
I'm quite sure ships are useful. That's right, guys. Just let the Avatar jog off on his own without the camera following him. So I guess we need to try and nope.
If thou art sure.
Is there a resistance member in here? Nope. We need to get back to finding the resistance. Finding this vigil, so we can give them their weapons and what have you. We've run out of village. And let's not go down there because it's probably full of monsters.
If it will help our quest. If it will help our quest. Aye, at once.
A mountain.
Aye, at once.
Orcs. A large gathering of orcs. A convention of orcs. Well, I think we'll have to deal with them shortly then. We'll attack the orcs in the next video. Thanks for watching.